So we are in the Kingdom of Izu, day 21, fairly early in the day, and let's just do just an overview with less of my commentary about the bullies in the house. And so this is Rivendell Zone 1. It is dominated by the DMW crew team, part of the so-called large F family. Let's look at a few of the larger alliances as to their size. Fierce Tigers. They are at 124 million, and they're not part, oh, they do say they're part of the DMW family. So let's look at DMW, who is also in the Rivendell zone. Now, I had a few smaller alliance leaders tell me that this one is at peace. There's not all of the changing the name, going after the altars and all of that of the smaller alliances. They actually allowed some of the smaller alliances to remain with their original name and, I believe, leadership. I didn't communicate with too many of them. This is DMW. They are currently at 225 million. And they still say in their alliance tag that they are affiliated with KWP, the second zone bullies. Here is CWA. They no longer are mentioning that they're part of the DMW family here, but Deathmatch Crew means that they're part of DMW. It's a different little layout here, though. And they're saying that they're now Hidden Crew Academy here, over here in the name, which I find interesting. And they're at 112 million, so they're a lot smaller. So I guess they're now thinking of themselves as an academy of DMW. So it's no longer the crew references as much, although there are some of these smaller ones that still have the crew. So they say a Deathmatch Crew Academy. So I guess Deathmatch Crew, here's the old syntax they used to use of crew. When we first arrived in this kingdom, it was Crew, KW, and KH that were showing dominant in the north, but the south hadn't shown its face yet. Here's Zone 2, dominated by the KW. I'm going to still call them bullies, because they are still bullying. This is their main alliance, 201 million. They say they're allies of all of 2828, but no, they're only allies if you agree with them. You'll notice that they are forcing all of the smaller alliances to take their KW tag, like they have from the beginning, and those that don't get destroyed, as you can see over here. You know, my alliance was down here. It was the first to be destroyed. There's an alliance that was destroyed here. They now no longer have any territory. There were several alliances here that they destroyed. There were 3 total. This one didn't get destroyed because he, unfortunately, got bullied into taking their tag. I say unfortunately because I had dialogues with him, and he was strong in the beginning. One got destroyed here, one got destroyed here, one got destroyed here, and several down here got destroyed. So they're still going after the other small alliances with their bullying. And then this one is in the process of being destroyed right here. They've been attacking their central fortress and cities for days now, for almost a week. They're holding pretty strong considering. So, and then these are fairly new, so they'll get destroyed if they refuse to become under their control. And then they started coming down into this territory. They've already gone after an alliance here that has disappeared. And then in this zone, it was KH for a while. KH wasn't doing the same shenanigans as KW, even though they were family with them, evidently. Here they're 20 million, and they're not dominating in Zone 3 anymore. The Zeros have moved in. The Zeros showed up after about a week, according to my intel in Zone 4, because I hadn't cleared the fog enough, but they've moved into Zone 3, so KH never had the chance to take over. And they never seemed to employ the same bully tactics that KW did, even though they supposedly were working together. At least that's what I was told. So if we, oh, I hate it when I do this. If we look at this one, this is not their dominating. This is 178. It's, I don't know if it's considered an academy or just part of the Zeros family. I like referring them to the Zeros because of the Zero Dash. The large one that started it all was 0KV, and it is at 419 million, and it came in super, super, super strong. So when I had noticed that this territory was in there under the clouds, but I couldn't figure out what alliance it was, and I didn't really pay much attention. But you can see they have a lot of zeros around. 0RV up here, 0FV over here, 0SF down here, 0CV. And I don't know if they're employing the same bullying tactics as the others. 0DV, or inviting people. 0EV, because this used to be a different alliance over here, I believe. Here's KNW. They used to be one of the KWs, I believe, but they never employed the same tactics. Nope, they never were. Sorry, Cantura family never was. You can tell by this different layout, too. So, and they're at 114 million. They are definitely overshadowed by the zeros. So zones 3, 4 are dominated by the zeros. Here is also in zone 5, HDW, Hidden Ducks Crew. They are part of the DMW family, and they're at 303 million. And I believe the DMW family and the Zeros are now working together as one gigantic family of alliances. And so basically it's one gigantic Mafia family. And let's see, RLW was looking pretty strong before, 136 million. They're holding their own. They say they're part of the DMW family. It's interesting how they refer to family as opposed to allies. The reason would be is that they were in communication and coordinating even before they arrived in this kingdom. So they arrived in this kingdom as a big family of alliances. That's why I call them a Mafia Kingdom. Because they had it all set up. You'll take zone 1, you'll take zone 2, you'll take zone 3, you'll take zone 4, you'll take zone 5, and you'll take zone 6 before they even arrived. But then, of course, there's always breakdown in families that are, I don't know, if they don't necessarily all have the same goal in mind. They all have their own personal motivations. So there's been some breakdown with them going after other members of their so-called family. Now this guy, XA28, as much as it owns a lot of territory, it's been under attack a lot from the other alliances in this area. It has definitely still got a lot of territory, but whenever I look in Kingdom chat, there is a lot of negative back and forth going on, and they're not very strong as far as the power of the alliance goes at the moment. But they had a lot of fighting against the BW28s, and one of them was down here, and it looks like it was taken out by RLW. And there was a lot of activity about that. RLW, I guess if we were looking at it right, it says they're part of the DMW family. Yeah, so they've got the power behind them. They were the ones that were initially part of the original Mafia clan coming in to take over this kingdom. And I do believe some people thought, well, we'll have unity right from the get-go. Well, you can't really have unity if you're just totally mowing over everybody in your path because they're smaller than you. So many people play this game looking at the size of the cities and not the players itself, and they objectify and they dehumanize. And you know, it is a game on a computer, so that's very easy to do, and that's what I've seen in this kingdom. So like I said, I won't be focusing much on this kingdom because I think it's lost before it's even begun. I do think there's possible hope in the interactions of one-on-one with people, but I will just keep those that I've started and not focus too much energy on any of the others, and I'll focus on the other kingdoms. because there seems to be a lot more to garner information wise as far as for teaching about the interactions. I'm not impressed at all by the leaders in this kingdom. And my recommendation, if you are a brand new player, don't invest in this kingdom and find a more established kingdom where you can actually have people who would be interested in helping you grow your city, as opposed to, no, you're not big enough, we don't want you here. You can go into one of these other small alliances that we control, and if you decide to grow bigger, maybe we'll give you the time of day. Now, I know it sounds like I'm being obnoxiously demeaning in those comments, but that is the mentality of a lot of players on this in this kingdom, of the fact that if you're not willing to be under our control, forget about it. We don't want you here. Go away. And that's sad. That's sad because a lot of new players don't understand why they would be that way, especially the children. That's what bothers me the most. A lot of children play this game, and when you stomp on children that way, you deserve zero respect. Zero. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are playing in this kingdom. So, for now, I wish you Godspeed and signing off.